Tonight, it's the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, Game 6 in Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and the Pacers are getting this all wrong. I will tell you why. Just stick with me here. It's another special edition of the Sports Rush. I am Brett Rump. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, leave a comment. Fire up, Pacers fans. Tonight, it is Game 6 as the Pacers try to force this series back to Oklahoma City for nothing greater in all of sports. Game 7. I think the Pacers can do it, but I think they're approaching this game all wrong when it comes to Tyrese Haliburton. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? It's an iffy enough situation that a couple of hours before tip-off, still nobody knows. And I'll tell you what worries the ability, and it's going to be real hard to get him off the floor. It is. I mean, depending on the score, the situation, Rick Carlisle will have the toughest decision he's ever had to make, and it probably would be the wrong one no matter what he decides to do. That's the situation the Pacers are going to find themselves in if Tyrese Haliburton plays. Here's what's the problem, the core problem for the Pacers. They're thinking about, we have to win this game. No, it's not about having to win this game. It's about having to win 2 games because you don't play for second place. You don't play just to win this game. You play to win a championship. Here's the thought. Role players, backups, always play better at home. If the Pacers are going to have to play backups, they're much better playing them on their home floor and giving themselves a chance to win with the energy that's being brought by the crowd. The fact that Oklahoma City is not in a desperate situation, you've got a chance to win without Tyrese Haliburton tonight. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Would you have a better chance to win the championship? That's winning both of these games, Game 6 and Game 7, with Tyrese Haliburton at 60 to 70%, or with role players playing at home at 100% and having a healthy Tyrese Haliburton to come back for Game 7? Because in my mind, you got a better chance at winning 2 if Haliburton doesn't play, if he's only 60 to 70% tonight. And here's the other factor, is if he's 60, 70% and they do win, now he's going to come back on Sunday and be 60 or 70% again because there's no healing process. He's going to be nursing that thing, and who knows, it could flare up. You could end up losing him for a deciding Game 7. And then you'd have to trust your role players to deliver in that environment, at that arena, in that game, a Game 7. I don't like that. I don't like those odds. I'd rather have the backups playing with the support of the crowd than Mathurin, Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell. Man, was he terrific in the last game, and about the only Pacer that was. But you need to win 2. This is about going for it. This is about winning the championship. This is about holding your best pitcher for the game on Sunday night, because tonight really doesn't matter if you don't win Sunday. And to me, the Pacers have a better chance of winning 2 games, not just 1, winning 2 games by resting Haliburton if he's not 100%, if he's 60, 70%. Now, if he's 90, 95% and he doesn't have a risk of injury, okay, fine. I get it. But if he's 60, 70%, if he's anywhere near what we saw in Game 5, sit his butt down, let some of these backups deliver. The Pacers have one of the deepest teams in the NBA. It's not about the big 3. It's about 6 through 10 that have been the difference for the Pacers. Let them get on the court. Let them have the pressure to get through this game some way, somehow, and have a healthy Tyrese Haliburton. Why do I think it makes a big difference for Haliburton? Well, Indiana and the Pacers own athletic trainer, their head athletic trainer. He's even written a book on this subject about injuries, how long they take to heal, what is the normal time frame to miss, and talking about a calf strain, which is what Tyrese Halliburton is dealing with. The normal recovery period, 6 days, usually missing 1.5 games. Tyrese Halliburton hasn't missed a game yet, unless you count half a game just from the time he sat on the bench in Game 5. But normally, it takes 6 days of recovery. From Game 5, when he got hurt, to Game 7, it just so happens to be a 6-day period. So if you rest him and let him continue to progress toward health, you can expect potentially 100% from Tyrese Halliburton, or close to it, in a Sunday Game 7. If it has to be that you roll the dice, Halliburton rest, because the real deciding game is not tonight. Nobody's going to win this. Well, Oklahoma City could win the series, but the Pacers aren't going to win the series tonight. It's going to be the deciding game on Game 7, where all the pressure mounts. And you've got a guy who's a gamer, who can hit the dagger. He did it on the road already at Oklahoma City. And I'd like to see him out there as close as possible to 100%. I don't think if he plays in Game 6, he's going to be anywhere near 100% for Game 7. Quite honestly, what I think is going to happen is the Pacers are going to get this wrong. They're going to play Halliburton. They're going to struggle. They'll probably end up winning the game. But then they'll just get their doors blown off when Halliburton can't do anything in Game 7. But we'll see. We'll see. But I think right now the Pacers' thoughts is it's all about tonight. And to me, it's all about 2 games, 6 and 7. You're down 3-2 in the series, and you don't play for second place. You don't play to be the loser of a 7-game series. You play to win an NBA title. And I know you can't afford to lose, but you also can't afford to play a guy that played like he did in Game 5. He's got to be better. And the only way he gets better is if he rests and gets better for Game 7, when hopefully you do need him. Give us your thoughts. Once again, make sure you subscribe. Absolutely free. There's no solicitation. Just click that subscribe button so you can be a part of this channel. We really appreciate you following us here to YouTube and finding us at the Sports Rush with Brett Rump, at Brett Rump on YouTube. Make sure you share us with your friends. Make sure you like. Make sure you hit the bell so you can know when we're putting out new video and new content. Tonight, the Pacers at home. I think the keys, and I already went through these yesterday, it's going to be about 3-point shooting. The Pacers, the 2 games they've won, they shot 45 and 46% from 3. The 3 games they lost, 37, 35, and 31%. They've got to be able to hit 40% from the 3-point line. And I'd like to see them score 115 points or more. And that, to me, that's kind of the magic number. Now, I know statistically it's like 111. They don't lose. Less than 111, they haven't won. Something like that. But to me, the Pacers have a better chance to win, especially against a high-scoring Oklahoma City squad, if they can get 115 or above. 120, I feel real safe. But we'll see what happens tonight. Miles Turner, come on, man. You've been in that uniform far too long to let this team down. And so far, you've not done anything in this series worth writing home about. This is your game, Miles. The last home game of the season, a chance to force that Game 7, maybe a chance to cover for your brother, Tyrese Halliburton. Miles Turner has to play like a dominant big man when there isn't a big man on the floor. I understand when you go against Hartenstein, that might be a tough matchup for Miles down around the basket. But Chet Holmgren, come on, Miles. Take that guy and dominate him down in the low block. You're bigger, you're stronger, you've been around the league longer. Pacers need you now. This is why you've been in a Pacers uniform for a decade. For games like this, step up, do not disappoint. Also, Nesmith, Nembhard, and of course, Siakam. Siakam's got to take care of the basketball. 6 turnovers, take care of the ball. Pacers as a team have to take care of the basketball. Keep it 12 or under on turnovers. Continue to win the rebounding battle, which they've done pretty well, although 19 offensive rebounds, shameful in game 5. The Pacers allowed OKC 19 offensive rebounds. Got to be better there. And you can't have 20 plus turnovers. Hit the 3, Pacers win. The crowd will be insane. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And let's hope we get to talk about this game and a preview of game 7 after this game is over. But once again, make sure you subscribe before you leave, and we'll be talking to you again very soon.